Currently a Category 3, and one sure sign of that strength too is that really small eye. But max winds of 120 miles per hour moving toward the coast in a matter of hours in that 8 a.m. time frame, close to Category 4 strength, and then continuing across parts of the southeast. So we're going to have more on Idalia, of course, coming up in just a bit. Have a little bit to get through for us too. North and west, we have flash flood concerns, flash flood watches posted for Pike and Sullivan counties right now until 9 a.m. as some heavy rain is approaching. Otherwise, nothing else severe. We don't have any flash flood warnings associated, but you can see those shades of red and purple pushing into the Poconos right now. Otherwise, we're cloudy and muggy, 74 degrees. Be on alert for, say, the next, 4 hours or so as this line begins to move on through. I think by the city in that 8 to 9 a.m. time period with some showers and thunderstorms, brief heavy rainfall, enough to slow things down on the roadways for sure and in the air. It's out rather quickly. It'll take a little bit more time for that humidity to drop, those clouds to clear, but they will. And we are looking at mainly clear skies, temperatures dropping into the mid and upper 70s by later on this evening. As we get into tomorrow morning, the humidity drops and those breezes pick up, so a much better day tomorrow. In fact, a better half of the day today. So we'll talk more on all of that coming up in just a bit. Want to get you out the door, though, and hopefully things are smoother than yesterday. Adele, what's going on?
Better than yesterday, but we are definitely still dealing with the aftermath.
Or like 10 to maybe almost 15 feet of storm surge, that wall of water that gets pushed by the storm. So it's massive. It's a Category 3, 125 mile per hour winds, maximum winds, and moving to the northeast at 17. So in another 15-20 minutes, we'll start to watch out for that next advisory. But the latest forecast indeed does have it a Category 4 at landfall in the next few hours and continuing to be a hurricane strength as it crosses across Georgia. Of course, we'll continue to time this out, but we've got some weather to keep in mind too. Flash flood watches possible for Pike and Sullivan County through 9 a.m. That's because we've got some heavy rain and a lot of lightning and thunder moving in. This is nothing severe at this point, but it is enough to make things slower on the road. So as we track this off to the east the next few hours, I think by the city in that 7 to 8 a.m. time period, we'll look at a quick burst of some rainfall. And then, yes, you see this, it's the payoff. Lots of sunshine for the afternoon and clearing skies. The humidity eventually coming down. We'll go from highs near the low 80s back into the mid 70s later on this evening. All right, so let's see how the roadways are shaping up for everybody out there right now. Adele, leftovers from yesterday?
Definitely seeing some leftovers from yesterday. We're going to start.
Thunderstorms approach. But yes, the 5 a.m. advisory is in. Maximum winds of 130 miles per hour right now. It is moving very quickly to the northeast at 18 miles per hour. So that puts landfall in the next couple of hours. Here's another update. Looking at the forecast here, even through later on today, still forecast to be at a Category 2 level hurricane, which is pretty amazing. Usually when it moves over land, it kind of shuts down. It's cut off from its fuel source. It's jagged land breaking it up. That's impressive. Still a tropical storm as we get into tomorrow morning off the South Carolina coast. So we'll have more on that in a minute. I want to talk about our weather, that flood watch in effect, that heaviest rainfall coming into Pike and Sullivan County right now. That's the line that we're going to be tracking the next few hours. I think parts of it fizzle out, including in and around the city, but that time period to keep that umbrella handy in the city will be in that 8 to 10 a.m. period. Otherwise, that goes to work and we clear out. Lots of sunshine, nice afternoon. Eventually humidity drops as well. Highs today into the 80s. All right, let's get to Adele too, because it's Wednesday. We have some leftovers from yesterday's situation, but you've got some other things you're watching.
Yeah, we've got a mix of things going on right now. We're going to get to the
advisory, a Category 4 monster hurricane right now, winds of 130 miles per hour. Just a few hours away now from landfall, still expected to be in that Big Bend area of Florida. A couple changes with the latest advisory. Look at the hurricane warnings now crossing through Georgia and into South Carolina. Charleston with the tropical storm warnings, but those warnings, tropical storm warnings, go all the way up to the Outer Banks. So this is going to be, obviously, once it moves inland, still continuing to be a big story. So the storms for us right now, nothing severe, but it's heavy rain in Pike and Sullivan County beginning to move into northwestern New Jersey as well in another hour or so. We'll be tracking this through about 8, 9 a.m. as it moves through the entire area. It's quick, so as you plan your morning, keep in mind you may need that umbrella and maybe a few extra minutes on the roadways. Later on today, we're in much better shape. The sun comes out by 4 p.m., 83 degrees, a great evening. That humidity starts to come down as well. Still near 80 degrees at dinner time. All right, let's check out that morning commute. No rain in the city just yet, but we have plenty of issues to keep in mind, though.
Yes, we are happy about
An hour or so through the city and southward, fizzling out just a little bit, so a little more impactful for the Hudson Valley and Connecticut through the next few hours. Once we get that front to clear later this morning, you see all of the sunshine. By 4 p.m., 83 degrees, a little bit of a breeze, and that humidity starts to come down, so really nice, pleasant evening into the low 70s through 10 o'clock. All right, let's get to Adele and get you out the door, too. A lot going on and some leftovers from yesterday.
Yeah, we're definitely still dealing with the impact.
30 miles per hour. We'll get an interim update if it makes landfall, but the next full one comes at 8 a.m. Moving very quickly to the northeast. Let's zoom down. The eye is collapsing a little bit as we have some land interaction, but you can see how close it is. Those hurricane force winds extend out about 25 miles, so it's rather small, and then those tropical storm winds extend out about 175 miles. And you can see the red boxes here. That tornado threat, which is pretty common with landfalling tropical systems. None of that for us here. We don't have the severe threat, but I'm watching this band, this line of showers and thunderstorms coming through Ulster County and also pushing through Orange County right now. So heads up from Blooming Grove into Monroe. Heavy rainfall and that quick burst of wind. Tracking that over the next, say, 2 hours or so. Some of that clipping the city in that 8 a.m. time period. Once we get past that, so by midday, we'll start to work in that drier air. So short term, some of those showers and storms may catch up with you. It's pretty quick. By later on tonight, beautiful. Humidity comes down, skies start to clear a bit, and we'll be dipping down into the 60s. All right, let's get you out the door, too, on this Wednesday with Adele and advice on what we need to navigate around. What's going on?
Well, we've got a few things going on. Couple